Music, please. All right. Are you guys ready? Awesome. Let's begin. Time. Welcome, judges. My name is Abdallah. I am really excited to be here today to be your barista. I tried my first coffee when I was 13 years old. We were in a family gathering. I have never drank or know anything about coffee. And one of my cousins brought with him his coffee tools. When I first tasted it, I was like, wow, there's so much flavor in that cup. It was so complex. But at the same time, he started telling me information like farm, process, recipe, and all this information got me confused. Then, 2 years later, I was finally old enough to get my first job as a barista. I was so excited, but then I noticed that customer had the same problem as me. Coffee information left them confused. I have noticed that information like processing, roasting, extraction is often said first. Then tasting notes are told afterward, making it hard for the customer to see the connection. So, I have come up with a new approach to coffee service. It's all about customer interaction. First, combining customer interaction with what's in the cup allows the customer to get more familiar with the coffee. Then, the information will become easy to digest and more memorable. So, today I will use customer interaction technique with each course to make a complex coffee really easy to connect with. So we will start with milk beverage. And before I share any coffee information, our first interaction will be smell. So, I have in front each of you 3 doors. I invite you to open the door number 1, pick up the jar and have a smell. Here we have Turkish Delight, and this is the first flavor note of my milk course. So judges, if you could please put the jar back in the box and keep the door open. This represents the terroir and varietal of my coffee. Welcome to Irish State. This farm is like a jungle, and it's the highest farm in Panama, reaching up to 2,300 meters above sea level. Our green tip geisha is planted underneath a beneficial shade tree called Inga that also provide nitrogen to our coffee trees. So, extreme elevation and nitrogen-rich soil develops this beautiful flavor of Turkish Delight. And now, please open the door number 2. Pick up the jar and have a smell. Here we have white chocolate, and this is the second flavor note of my milk course. So judges, if you could please put the jar back in the box. This is coming from cool temperature fermentation. Producers Jameson and Sasha moved fermentation tank to low temperature to encourage lactic acid bacteria, giving us a very creamy mouthfeel. And when I combined 80 grams of Australian milk from Riverina with Irish State, you will enjoy white chocolate. And now, please open the door number 3. Pick up the jar and have a smell. Here we have raspberry lollies, and this is my favorite flavor note of my milk course. This is coming from whole cherry carbonic maceration natural process. Cherries were sealed in container and immediately flushed with CO2. Exactly at 90 hours is when fermentation was finished, because this is when raspberry flavor was most distinct. And together with this high protein Riverina milk, you will enjoy raspberry lollies. Judges, as you can see, I'm using extract chilling technique. So I extracted the first 12 gram over these ice rock to highlight all of these flavor, which are, if you could please write them down, Turkish delight, white chocolate, creamy mouthfeel, and my favorite, raspberry lollies. Hi. First one is for you. Here you go. Please enjoy. Second one is for you. There you go. Please enjoy. The third one is for you. So judges, for your milk course, I have roasted my coffee in Nucleus Link roaster, allowing us to develop roast with only 6 minutes and 50 seconds, resulting in very clean flavor profile. There you go. Please enjoy. And the last one is for you. There you go. Please enjoy. And enjoy your milk course. All right, judges, I'll give you a few moments to finish up, then let's move on. Next, we are moving into espresso. And once I serve you the espresso, please judge the crema, but hold off from tasting, as I found the floral improve as it cooled down. And I will let you know when you're ready to taste it. The first time I tasted this coffee as an espresso, I experienced a lot of complexity. Its mouthfeel transition, its flavors went through a transformation from one sip to the next. The texture is so velvety. I have never tasted a geisha espresso like this before. Hi again. So, in order to best communicate this experience, I have developed interaction technique, and I found that touch helps customer to understand the texture of the espresso. Judges, I have designed these tactile parts for each of you. Let's begin. Our focus on this top panel. This represents the texture of the espresso. I invite you to feel your own board. Slide your finger from left to right. As you can feel, the texture is velvety. So to highlight the velvety texture, I have roasted my coffee with 10-minute long profile and 18% development. The weight of this espresso is medium. This is thanks to my recipe. I have found that 20.3 grams in, 40 grams out gave me a medium weight. And last of all, we have aftertaste. This espresso has a medium to long, bergamot-like aftertaste. The flavors in this espresso are red currant, boysenberry, and milk chocolate. And what's amazing is these flavors change in intensity. And I have found that visual interaction helps to demonstrate. As you can see, from the first sip to the second sip, each of these flavors change in intensity. In the first sip, the red currant will start high in intensity, then drop down the second sip. The boysenberry is persistent all the way through, and the milk chocolate start low in intensity, then increase in the second sip. And now, to best enjoy this espresso, please stir it 5 times with the spoon in the empty hole in front of you, and kindly place it back when you finish, and have a 10-second pause between each sip. But most of all, please enjoy. All right, let's continue. I love how this geisha from Irish State has not only intensity flavor in milk, but also how these flavor transition in espresso. But not only this. What I found so special about this coffee is texture. For my signature, I wanted to highlight the texture, but couldn't decide what I love more, the creamy texture in the milk course or the velvety texture in the espresso. So I have designed 2 different options. One drink that enhances more creamy texture, and one drink that enhances more velvety texture. And as you are my customer, I would love you to decide. So, judge. You were always last to get served coffee, and you have been waiting so patiently. So today, you get to decide for all of us. For our signature drink, what would you like? Creamy. Okay, beautiful, creamy texture. Let's bring these ones over. All right. We will start with 4 shots of the espresso roast. Then, our first ingredient will be sparkling passion fruit juice. I made this by juicing fresh passion fruit and carbonating it with CO2. I chose passion fruit to enhance the fresh fruit character. And adding 30 grams of this will lift up the red currant from the espresso and create a new flavor of pineapple. Next, I have blackberry juice, which I have made by reducing fresh blackberry and then added 30% of dextrose sugar. I chose blackberry to lift up raspberries, and dextrose sugar as it's commonly used for making lollies. And then added 20 grams of this will lift up raspberry lollies in the signature. And last of all, to enhance that creamy texture. And to do that, I'll be doing 2 things. First of all, I'll be blending. Then, serving it in these narrow glasses, allowing us to get more foam and giving us a texture of melted ice cream. I have chilled these glasses to create a serving temperature of 20 degrees, as this cooler temperature will enhance the boysenberry from the espresso. So judges, for your signature drink, you will taste, if you could please write it down, pineapple, raspberry lollies, boysenberry, vibrant tartaric red grape acid, and lastly, creamy texture. I have thought a lot about what is the most important interaction is with customer. Spending time in cafe, I have realized the most important interaction is to ask my customer question. Understanding what the customer like allows them to better connect with the coffee. So please, enjoy this beautiful Irish state with that delicious creamy texture. Thank you, judges. That's my time.
Together, please, for the barista champion of Saudi Arabia, Abdullah Almasan.
And barista champion of China, Sun Li.
Woo. Well done, you two. Now you can take a little breath and relax just a bit, right? Exactly. So how I'm coming from, first of all, I want to mention that Abdullah is 18 years old, joining us from Saudi Arabia. This is his first WBC performance and presence on the stage. So how are you feeling based off of your competition?
Awesome, man. It's amazing out there. I didn't expect it like that at all.
Yeah, it's something different, especially for your first time, right?
Yeah, it is.
Probably something to say about you're never too young or too old to compete.
Maybe too old sometimes, but...
But it's good to see such a wide range, age range, capability here at the World Barista Champs. So it's awesome, and congrats, guys. Very well done. So in terms of your routine, so what inspired you? Like, how do you come up with your routine?
All right. Hello, guys. I'm Simon. Actually, this story is begin about 3 years ago, and I'm thinking of about the coffee aroma. You're so fascinating, the coffee aroma, and I try to absorb all of this into the drink, and I try to find out what it is, what it is that in the coffee, and also what is effect for the coffee drinks, I think. So I started to do a lot of research about the coffee chemistry, and also the Dew Harris is my coach, and we have talked a lot of things of coffee chemistry with him. So then I built this routine for this year. Yeah.
And you were the barista champion of China in 2019, deferring your participation until this very year. Do you feel good about that decision? Did it give you more time to practice and prepare?
I think so, because I got a lot of time, more than 3 years now.
Right.
And but actually, I think I have the total different pressure for me, because you have to prepare the competition, keep every year. So I have more time to do a lot of research, or some everything about the coffee, I think.
Right.
Yeah, learn a lot.
Taste more coffees.
Yeah.
Decide on your coffee.
Yeah.
Of course,
Got a
coffee
lot
changes.
attention.
For sure.
For that. Yeah.
Abdullah, how do you feel, this being not only your first championships, but also kind of coming new to this experience? How did you prepare back home in Saudi Arabia to put together your presentation?
I worked with one of the greatest coaches, Sasha Shestek. Yeah, and he developed my routine, and he helped me a lot with that, and he helped me to discover my why. And my why is, since I was 13 years old, since my first coffee, I was having a hard time describing the flavor notes. So I thought there is easier way for the customer to get more, to realize that tasting note and understand it, and to help them to connect with it more. So me and him and two other guys, Angus Mackey and Muad al-Barrak, we developed this interaction technique with each course, and we found that the customer interaction helps to better connect with every coffee. Yeah.
Wow.
Learning through doing, right? So that tactile experience, like taking part, definitely helps remember what you're tasting. And definitely your tasting boards with the tactile, with like the velvet on it, is pretty cool to see.
So you've been working with that coffee since you were 13?
Yeah.
Wow, that
It's commitment. I don't think I've committed to anything for 5 years.
Goodness,
so.
no. Goodness, no. Anyone that you wanted to thank? You've mentioned a few folks that have helped you get here. Anyone else that you would really like to thank in supporting you along your journey?
First of all, I want to thank my company, Selalat Coffee, for all their support and everything. And also, I want to thank my coaches, Sasha Shestik and Angus Mekki, and also my supporter with everything, Muad al-Barrak. He was with me for everything. Also, my parents and my brother who was here today. Yeah, thank you all.
And suddenly, anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah. Of course. Firstly, I have to thank my wife, and actually she did a lot for me, and also the Marvelous Coffee in China, and also my coach team, Dale Harris, and another coach, Cindy, and Vincent in China, and a lot of people, the China, the coffee community. Yeah, they do a lot for me. Also the Tony and Reef in Australia, and help me a lot. Roro. Thank you guys, thank you so much. Yeah.
Wonderful, and you're actually both on the same team for the WBC Teams competition too. So do you remember what time you'll be on the bar for that competition? Soon.
Yeah,
soon, right?
Maybe soon.
Well, they are part of Team Extract too, which you can actually find on the WCC website for more information on tasting those coffees. One more round of applause, please, from the Barista Champion of Saudi Arabia and the Barista Champion of China. Very well done, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Guys. Awesome.